How are you guys? Today we're going to focus on topic 907, division involving fraction. How can you divide two fractions? Before I do the first question here, guys, you need to learn a very important word, which is reciprocal. What does it mean by the word reciprocal? Reciprocal means invert. It's like when you have a fraction 2 over 3 and you need to get the reciprocal for this fraction, what you can do, you just flip it. So you flip it like that. So you put 2 here, you flip the numerator and denominator. Instead of writing 2 over 3, it will become 3 over 2. So instead of 2 over 3, it becomes 3 over 2. You just flip it, guys. That's why we name it reciprocal. Okay, we start with the first example here. We have 4 over 5 divided by 2 over 5. How can you divide this fraction? It's easy way to do it. You will keep, let's say I will name the first fraction here 1, fraction 1. And I will name the second fraction 2. So what you can do, you will keep the first fraction as it is, 4 over 5. And then, you see divide here, you will change division into multiplication. And third step, you're going to get the reciprocal for second one. So the reciprocal always you get it for the second fraction. So how you get this reciprocal of 2 over 5? It's when you flip it, it will be 5 over 2. So keep the first fraction as it is, change division into multiplication, get the reciprocal for the second fraction, and then you do multiplication as normal. What you can do, you multiply the numerator times the numerator. 4 times 5 is 20 over, and then 5 times 2 is, yes, 5 times 2 is 10. And then you simplify. When you simplify and you have 0, you can cancel 0 with 1 0 and 1 0. So here you divide 2 divided by 1 is 2. That's right. And then we move on number 2. Again, when you have a whole number divided by fraction, the first step, you change the whole number into fraction. You just put it over 1. And then again the same steps. We have 3 steps. Number 1, keep the first fraction, we name it 1. Second fraction, we name it what, guys? Yes, we name it 2. So you keep the first fraction as it is, 6 over 1, you write it as 6 over 1. And then you change division into, yes, multiplication. And then the second fraction, you get the reciprocal for the second fraction. You, instead of writing 2 over 3, you write it as 3 over 2. And then you multiply 6 times 3 is 18 over 1 times 2 is 2. So you multiply this together and multiply this together, and then 18 divided by 2 is, if we can simplify, yes, 18 divided by 2 is 9. We move on, guys, another example here, number 3. When you have here mixed number divided by mixed number, how can you do it? So again, just you need to change this number into what, guys? First, yes, you need to change it into improper fraction. How you do that? 2 steps. Number 1, here you write the fraction and then divide here. Now you will keep the same denominator as it is. 4, you write it as 4. 2, you write it as 2. Don't change it. And then what you can do here, you raise the fraction up, which means you do 2 steps here, multiply and then plus. So 1 times 4 is 4, and then 4 plus 3 is 7. And here you do the same, guys. How we do this one? Again, I will do it here. Multiply and then plus. Multiply then plus. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So now we have 2 fraction. It's an easy way to do it, guys. What you can do to divide, you keep the first fraction as it is, 7 over 4, change division into multiplication, and then you get the reciprocal for the second fraction. 3 over 2, you write it as 2 over 3, and start to multiply. When you multiply here, you multiply the top number together. 7 times 2 is, yes, 14 over 4 times 3, multiply them together. 4 times 3 is 12. And then ask yourself, can we simplify? Well, if you have even number here and even number here, 14 and 12, you can divide both number by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7 over 12 divided by 2 is 6, and this actually is the simplest form of the fraction 7 over 6. We do the last one here, guys. Now, here we have a problem solving. If I ask you how many 1 over 5 are in 4 over 5. Now, to do this example, I'll just give you easy one first, which is how many 2 are in 8? How many 2 are in 8? Think about it. If you have 8, like 8 finger, if you have 8 finger, and if I ask you how many 2 in 8 finger, yes, how many 2? So we have 4 here, guys. So we have 4 2. So what can you do here? So you divide this number by this number. You divide 8 divided by 2, which equals 4. Okay, guys? So the same idea here. If I ask you how many 1 over 5 are in 4 over 5, what can you do here? You divide here. I'm just going to do this here. You divide 4 over 5 divide by 1 over 5. How you do this, guys, everyone? Yes, do it as normal fraction. You keep the first fraction as it is. Keep the first fraction as it is, 4 over 5. And then change division into multiplication. And then you're going to flip the second fraction or get the reciprocal. So you write 1 over 5 as 5 over 1. And then you write here the new fraction. When you multiply the numerator together. 4 times 5 is 20 over 5 times 1 is 5, and then divide 20 divided by 5 is 4. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this topic. See you in another topic. Thanks so much. God bless.